Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class. Today, we are tackling neck and back pain. Now, here's the situation. Oftentimes, individuals have both, and the culprit is neither. So I really want to very quickly explain that to you before we tackle today's class, because I could have simply said, hey, everybody, today we're doing a thoracic spine and rib cage class, but I prefer to title it what we're actually going to be feeling the difference in, which is a decrease in our neck pain and a decrease in our back pain. So if you look at the spine, our spine from the side, this guy's a little cattywampus, but you have a curve of your neck and you have a curve of your low back. Now, the low back curve and the neck curve both go in the same direction. You guys, look up with your neck. Your back and your neck both arch at the same time. Pull your belly forward and arch your low back. Your neck and your back arch in the same direction. The curve that counters those two is the one that's in the center, and it's called your thoracic kyphosis versus the lumbar and the cervical lordosis. So oftentimes with life, because everything we do is in front of us, what we tend to do with this silly little curve right here is to get it more curved, more curved, more curved. And yes, you're right, we get shorter and shorter and shorter. And as that happens, we accentuate the upper neck and we accentuate the lower neck to keep our head on top of our feet. So what we're going to be doing with today's class is entirely focusing on opening up the middle part of our spine. And by opening up that middle part of our spine, we're going to get rid of our neck pain and we're going to hopefully get rid of our back pain as well. So what you're going to need for class is a yoga mat, a yoga bolster, and your yoga strap. Have yourself in a seated position on your yoga bolster with your yoga strap nice and nearby, and we will get started. So find yourself an easy pose. That's crisscross applesauce or tailor sitting, whatever world you live in. Just gently cross your legs and try to relax your knees below your hips. Once you have yourself in that position, take a nice deep inhale and roll your belly forward, arch that low back. That probably is a little stiff if you do that. Lift your chest up, lengthen through your neck and look up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, let your neck come down towards your chest, drop your rib cage down, pull your belly inward and flatten through your low back and drop your gaze right to your belly button. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, roll the belly forward, start to lift that chest up. That's the key part we're working on today. Lengthen through the neck and look upward. Then as you exhale, allow yourself to lengthen the back of the neck, chin to chest, curl the rib cage down. Allow yourself to roll back onto your tailbone and sit and look into that belly button. 1 more time. Inhale, rolling forward, sticking the belly out. Really lift that chest up as much as you can. Lengthen the neck and look up. Then as you exhale, lengthen the neck, bring the chest back down, drop that rib cage down, start to flatten that low back, sit into that tailbone and look back into that belly button. Now, curl yourself up until you feel like you're in the center position. Very good. So we're going to kind of tackle the rib cage in thirds. So we're going to kind of do stuff for the shoulders and the upper half of the rib cage, the middle half of the rib cage, and the lower half of the rib cage relative to the low back. So let's start with that upper part for a second. So in your seated position, allow yourself just to place your left hand onto your left thigh. Take your right hand and bring it straight out in front of you. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze yourself nice and steady and looking at something forward. Don't move your head. Take an inhale and slowly start to let your arm come all the way out to the side, and then keep that arm going all the way behind you. Feel that little bit of stretch in the front of your chest. Then as you exhale, slowly bring that arm all the way back to the center. 1 more time on this right side, we'll switch to the left. Inhale. Slowly, slowly opening all the way out to the side. Can you reach as far to the back and feel that stretch through the chest? Exhale, coming all the way back to the center. Relaxing the right hand down, taking that left arm up in front of you. Taking an inhale, starting to slowly let the left arm go to the side. Now keep that left arm going. How far can you go? Gaze is forward, rib cage is forward. You're just moving the arm. Then exhale and slowly bring it all the way back. So try not to let your head go to the left or your trunk go to the left. One last time here. Inhale, rotating that arm outward, keeping the trunk and the head steady. How far can you reach behind you? And then exhale and coming all the way back up to the center. Very nice. Relax the left hand down, then take the left hand down to the side of your bolster so that you're touching onto your yoga mat. Right arm now out to the side of the body. So finding length from our armpit all the way down to our pelvis. Take an inhale, lift the arm up in the air. And as you exhale, side bend that arm up and over. Now, try to sit deeper into that sit bone on the right side. See if you can turn that right armpit up a little bit, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and gently gaze upward. Now, can you hold that and take a deep inhale into your belly? And then exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. And then inhaling, lifting the trunk and the right arm up. And then as you exhale, dropping that right arm down. All right, right hand, place it down onto the yoga mat next to your bolster, left hand out to the side of your body. Take that deep inhale, lifting that arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, side bending over to the right, sit down into that left sit bone, turn that left armpit nice and high up, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and take your gaze upward. Take that deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. And then inhaling, lifting the arm and the trunk up. And then as you exhale, dropping that left arm down. All right, grab that yoga strap. So the very top of our rib cage is a major culprit to a lot of neck pain. So we are going to loosen up, wiggle that first rib, the top rib of our entire rib cage and thoracic spine. So take your yoga strap, place it up and over your right shoulder area and place it right next to your neck. Once you have it there, right hand in the front, wrap it around that yoga strap. And on the back or the side on the left side, wrap it around the yoga strap there as well. Now in that position, feel that you can kind of move your arms forward and backward, and you can feel that strap kind of gently rubbing against the side of the neck. Now, we're going to tackle our rib cage today. So it's all about our rib. You will feel a stretch and elongation in muscles, but it's really what we're doing to kind of help that neck pain and loosen up that rib cage today. So take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, side bend your head to the right. So you're taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. Now in this position with the left strap in the left hand, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull that strap back until you feel like some tugging on that neck area. Now keep it pulled back. Now with both hands, take a deep inhale and pulling the arm straight down towards the floor, exhale and push straight downward. As you do that, you lower that first rib down, opening up through that neck. Now let's get the opening through the muscles. Keep pulling down with both straps. Take a deep inhale, lift your head upward, and then as you exhale, how much can you tip your head over to the left side? Now, make sure you're pulling downward with both straps. That's what's really going to open up that neck and get that first rib moving. Hold yourself right here. Take a deep inhale into your chest. Now, on that exhale, can you pull those straps down anymore? One more time, deep inhale into the chest. Exhale, pull downward. Beautiful. As you inhale, let your head come up, and as you exhale, relax that strap. All right, bring the strap up and over to the left shoulder and neck area. Make sure that you've got the strap kind of laying right next to the neck, but on the top of the shoulder. Then with the left hand in the front, wrap it around the yoga strap. And then with the right hand to the back or the side, wrap it around the yoga strap. Make sure you've got a nice, easy wiggle room of moving that strap forward and backward, and you're hopefully on skin because that's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck here. All right, now in this position, take a nice deep inhale, and then on the exhale, side bend the head so that the ear is going towards the left shoulder. Now, with the right strap, the strap behind you, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, pull that strap back nice and taut. Feel that tension into the neck. Now take another deep inhale, and with both straps, on the exhale, push those straps down as hard as you can. Okay, now with your head, inhale, lift your head up. As you exhale, side bend your head to the right. Feel the stretch in the side of the neck, but really understand you're opening up your neck and creating movement of that first rib. Take a deep inhale here through the chest. And then as you exhale, see if you can pull those straps down anymore. Just one more time, deep inhale into the chest. And then as you exhale, pull them down some more. You've got it. Inhale, bring your head back up. And then as you exhale, relax the strap. And that is all we are doing with that strap today. So just kind of take the strap and gently move it away from your yoga mat. And then find yourself back in that nice tailor sitting, a nice little gentle rotation through our trunk with adding our neck to this. So allow yourself to take your left hand and come to your right thigh. So as you do that, you'll feel that your trunk rotates a little bit already to your right. Keep yourself there. Now lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and gently turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Now keep yourself right there. Right hand can rest on the bolster, do whatever it wants. Then what I want you to do with your eyes is take your eyes and look as far to the left as you can. Now, can you find something back there behind you to the left? And gaze at it. Look up and over your nose. If you see your nose, that's okay. That means you got two eyes working here. Now, what I want you to do is keep your steady gaze on that object. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine as much as you can. And as you exhale, try to use that left arm and twist your trunk a bit more to the right, but keep your eyes steady on that object. Hold here, take a deep inhale into your chest and exhaling out. One more deep inhale into the chest. And then as you exhale, unrotate your trunk, take your gaze all the way behind you, and then unrotate your head back to the center. Now blink a couple times if you need to. That's a lot of rotation. But what I want you to realize is as you do that, you're twisting all of those spinal muscles through your rib cage that get so tight and limited. All right, let's do it to the opposite side. So right hand, left knee or thigh. Left hand can just kind of rest onto the bolster. Once you have yourself in that position, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and gently turn your chin over your right shoulder. Now, with your chin over your right shoulder, take your eyes and look as far back behind you to your right as you can. Now, in that position, take a nice deep inhale, lengthen your spine nice and high. And then as you exhale, twist your trunk to the left, but keep your gaze back there on that object to your right. Now hold everything right here. Take a deep, deep inhale into your chest. And then as you exhale, keep your steady gaze on that object back there to the right. One more deep inhale into your chest. And then as you exhale, unrotate your trunk, take your gaze all the way behind you. And then unrotate your neck and your eyes. Give yourself a couple blinks, do whatever you need to, and steady your gaze forward. All right, now we are moving to our hands and knees, but you're going to need your bolster in a couple of minutes. So allow yourself to shift your feet so that you're on your knees. Bolster is to the side of you somewhere. Once you get yourself there, set yourself up so that your bolster is not going to be in the way of your arms. And then place your hips directly on top of your knees. Look at your knees, make sure they're hip distance. Look straight back and see that your feet and your heels line up with your knees, and then walk your hands until you feel like your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Elbows and wrists line up with the shoulders is a common way of thinking about it. Hands are shoulder width, so a little bit wider than your knees. Index fingers are pointed forward. Thumbs are all the way inward. Now, we're going to be working on cat-cows here, but I really want you to focus on what the center of that cat-cow is doing. So what your rib cage is doing. So try to take an inhale here and let your belly sink, let your tailbone lift, but really drop your rib cage and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lengthen your neck and look up a little bit. So really squeeze through those shoulder blades. Now, as you exhale, push way high up with those shoulder blades. Tuck the tailbone under, arch the back a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck, gaze into the belly button. So really focus on the shoulder blades here. Inhale, let everything sink, but really, really, really squeeze those shoulder blades and gently look up. And then as you exhale, push really hard with those shoulder blades. Lengthen the neck, settle the chin, tuck the tailbone, abdomen in. Last time, sink everything down on your inhale, but really, really squeeze through the shoulder blades. And then maybe gently look up, tip that tailbone up as well. Then as you exhale, very last time here, push up through those shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the neck, chin to chest, gaze into your belly button. Now, keep yourself in your cat pose here and slowly start to sit yourself back onto your heels. Once you're back onto your heels, gently let your chest drop down towards your knees, crown of the head to the floor, gaze straight back at your toes, and gently rest your elbows down towards the mat. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. And one more time, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Slowly bring yourself back up onto hands and knees, and we're going to be doing thread the needle. So with your right hand, take an inhale, lift that right hand up. And then as you exhale, sweep that hand in it down and under. Place the right shoulder on your yoga mat where your right hand just was. Make sure that you've still got your hips stacked on top of your knees. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and gaze to your left as you allow your right ear to come down onto your yoga mat. With that left hand now, start to walk that left hand all the way up the yoga mat. Take a deep inhale here, and then on the exhale, pull that armpit down towards the right elbow. So left armpit, right elbow. Now take a deep inhale right between your shoulder blades. And exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale right between the shoulder blades. And exhaling out. Then walk the left hand back underneath the shoulder. Use those left triceps and take an inhale and push yourself all the way back up and place the right hand back onto your yoga mat. Repeating thread the needle on the opposite side. Inhale, lift the left arm up to the side. As you exhale, sweep it through, drop the left shoulder exactly where the left hand just was. Slowly lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze to the right. Let the left ear come down towards the yoga mat. And then start to walk that right hand up your yoga mat. Allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, right armpit, pull it down towards that left shoulder. Hips are still stacked on top of the knees here. Now hold yourself right here. Take a deep inhale right between those shoulder blades. And then exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale right between those shoulder blades. And exhaling out. And walking that right hand back underneath the shoulder on a nice deep inhale, slowly using those triceps and pushing yourself up and then placing your hands back underneath your shoulders. All right, so last big thing that we're doing here with the upper part of the rib cage for that neck and back pain. Place yourself so that you've got significant weight into your left hand and into your right knee. So feel yourself pushing into your right knee and pushing into your left hand. Now take your right hand out to the side of your body. In that position, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze towards your right thumb. Now, take an inhale, lift the arm up into the air as high as you can go. And then as you exhale, bring it straight down nice and level. Keep that gaze right with that right thumb, guys. Take an inhale, lift that arm nice and high. Remember, you're pushing into your right knee and your left hand. Exhale, coming down. You got one more in you. Take an inhale, lift that arm nice and high. And then as you exhale, drop it down nice and level. Very nice. Place the right hand onto the floor, left hand out to the side of your body. As you have your left arm out to the side of the body, focus on putting the weight into the right hand and to the left knee. Now lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze towards your left thumb. Take that inhale, lift that arm as high as you can. And then as you exhale, bring it right back down and level with those shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale, lift that arm, head goes with that thumb. exhale, coming on back down. And the last time, inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhaling and coming back down, placing the left hand back where the left hand back where it was before. Okay, now drop yourself down onto your elbows. As you drop yourself down onto your elbows, your hips are higher than your shoulders right now. Your knees are stacked on top of, or hips are stacked on top of the knees. I want you to work on trying to really get some nice extension through your thoracic spine here. So we're going to go into puppy pose, but we're going to do it in a modification today. So remember, it's about neck and back pain. So we don't want to put our neck into deep, deep extension. So what I want you to do onto your elbows right now is lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and gaze straight back between your knees. Now that you're gazing straight back between your knees, allow yourself to slowly walk your elbows up towards the top of your mat until the crown of your head touches your yoga mat. Once you're there, you shouldn't be in end range shoulder motion, but if your shoulders are talking to you, just bring your shoulders out to the side of you. That is a-okay. So just kind of place yourself in whichever of those two positions feels more comfortable for you, but keep your gaze straight back. Neck is long, chin is tucked into your throat. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, try to drop your chest towards the yoga mat. Now take a deep inhale into your chest and exhale out. Slow, deep inhale into your chest and exhaling out. Beautiful. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Grab your yoga bolster and place your yoga bolster somewhere midpoint into your yoga mat. Now, we're going to support our low back while we go onto our belly today. So where the yoga bolster needs to be when you lay on your belly is on your belly and the upper part of, or the lower part of your rib cage. So don't have your bolster on your pelvis area. So if you can think about finding your hip pointers need to be on the back side of the bolster. Then drop yourself down so that the bolster is underneath your belly, but not underneath those hip pointers or your pelvis. So you should be able to feel your pelvis drop off the end of the bolster. Very nice. Legs, just kind of rest them so that you've got your legs straight behind you and somewhere around hip distance or so. And then drop your elbows down onto your yoga mat. Now, can you position yourself so that as you have your elbows underneath your shoulders, your hands are shoulder width apart and facing up towards the top of your yoga mat here? Okay, now in this position, we are going to be doing a modification of upward dog. Our lumbar spine is not in end range extension because we're using this bolster. So you really, really want to be thinking of not arching in your low back, but arching in your upper back. So let's give this a try. So take a nice deep inhale here, and on the exhale, gently tuck your tailbone under a little bit and see if you can flatten your low back a little bit more. Then with your hands, push into your index fingers and your thumbs, take an inhale and start to straighten your elbows. Now, as you straighten your elbows, you should feel the force being pushed down into your bolster. Take your chest and pull your chest forward towards your hands. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze at the top of your yoga mat. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly, and then exhaling out. One more time here, nice deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, slowly start to drop those elbows all the way back down. All right, now you're just simply turning onto your left or your right side. So allow yourself to roll and then bend your knees. And as you roll and bend your knees, now the bolster should be exactly where you need it for our next pose. So in this position, try to get yourself so that you see that your knees and your hips are stacked, your ankles and your shin bones line up with the side of your yoga mat. Once you have all of that happening, allow yourself to slowly drop yourself up and over your bolster. Now check in, please, as you do that. that you don't feel that the bolster is hitting your hip bone. So if your pelvic bone is hitting that bolster, scoot yourself further down your yoga mat so that you can truly feel that that yoga bolster is only touching your rib cage. All right. Positions for your head. You can just gently hold your hand underneath your head, or you can gently drop your head downwards towards the floor. It's really a matter of how much neck pain do you have? So if you've got a lot of neck pain, please use your hand to support your head. If you've got a little or no neck pain, then you can gently allow yourself to rest your head downward and get that stretch through the side of your head. Now, in this position, take your right leg, the top leg, or your left leg if you're laying on your right side, and bring that leg straight down and away from you. So the left or bottom knee is touching the bolster. The top leg is straight down and away from you. Now, in that position, with the top hand, inhale and lift the arm up into the air. And as you exhale, reach the arm up and over your head and see if you can touch the floor up to the top of your yoga mat. Now, in this position, play with finding where your pelvis feels like it's perfectly upright. So you can feel that your hips are stacked one on top of the other. Then start to turn the right rib cage up a tiny bit so that you feel that the armpit is opening up towards the ceiling. All right, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. And then in this position, wherever you feel this tightness the most on the side of your body, take the deepest inhale into that area. And then slowly exhaling it out. One more time. Deep inhale in. And then slowly exhaling it out. Nice. Right hand or top hand, inhale, lifting it up into the air. And as you exhale, bring it down to touch the bolster. Top leg, inhale it up into the air. And as you exhale, bringing up to touch the left knee, and then bring yourself up so that you're kind of like in a model pose. So your hand is underneath your head and you've got your elbow and your wrist perfectly aligned. You got it. Now, this right hand, we're going to do one final chest opening here. The head is supported. That's what I want you to understand. So if you were to look at yourself, there's somewhat of an alignment happening between your neck and your head, your trunk and your pelvis right now. Right hand, bring it straight out in front of you, just like we did in hands and knees pose. Take an inhale, lift that hand up into the air. And then as you exhale, slowly start to bring it as far back behind you as you can. Elbow straight if you can. I'm hitting my wall, but see what you could do. Feel that beautiful opening through the front of your chest. Gaze just gently goes backward as your head falls backward. Now hold yourself right here. Knees are together. Don't let your knees come apart. Take a nice deep inhale into that chest. And then exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into that chest. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Inhale, bring that top hand all the way back. And as you exhale, drop it down towards the bolster. All right, top hand on the bolster, bottom elbow is already on the yoga mat. So drop that bottom hand to the yoga mat. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, push yourself up. As you push yourself up, either do a 180 degrees and turn yourself to the back, or just turn yourself to the other side of your yoga mat, whichever you prefer. Find the bolster so that it's somewhere midline on the yoga mat again. Have it so that your knees are stacked, your hips are stacked. Make sure your pelvic bone does not hit that bolster. So you want the bolster on the rib cage today, not on the pelvis. Knees are stacked, ankles are stacked, shin bones are lining up with the side of your yoga mat. Then once you have all of that happening, slowly drop your head down. Two options here. Option number one, just rest it downward into a gentle right side bend onto your hand, or go into a full right side bend all the way to the yoga mat, whichever you prefer. Once you have yourself here, top leg, take it all the way straight out and lengthen it out onto your yoga mat. Bottom leg, let that knee still touch that yoga mat. Now in this position, check in that you can feel that your pelvis is in a neutral position. So have it so that the hips feel like they're stacked one on top of the other. All right, once you've got that beautiful alignment, take an inhale, lift that upper arm up into the air. And as you exhale, reach it up and over your body. As you're reaching it up and over your body, see if you can touch that yoga mat or floor on top. Now that you have this position, slowly turn that armpit up a little bit. See if you can feel that gentle stretch through the abdominals that connect to your pelvis here. All right, now that you have that beautiful opening through the side of the body, lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Figure out for you, where do you feel that tension the most? And take a deep inhale into it. And then exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into that tension. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Upper arm, inhale it up into the air. And as you exhale, drop it down onto the bolster. And then that upper leg, inhale it up into the air. And as you exhale, stack it on top of the opposite leg. Now, find yourself in that model pose, I suppose. You're taking your hand and resting it underneath your head so that your nose, your chin, your chest, and your pelvis are somewhat in a bit more alignment than a side bend. So trying to get out of the side bend here. And then once you've got yourself in that position, take those knees, place them together close to the bolster. Top hand, bring it straight out in front of you. Then allow yourself to inhale and lift that hand up into the air. And as you exhale, reach it behind you. Now let your head gently rotate with you, gaze back. Feel that stretch to the chest and the front of the rib cage here. Keep the knees together. Take a deep inhale into your chest. And exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the chest. And exhaling out. And then as you inhale, bring that arm back upwards. And as you exhale, drop it all the way down to the floor. All right, so the last thing that we're going to do with this bolster is we're actually going to do a backward bend through our thoracic spine. So here's what I want you to do. Top hand onto the bolster, bottom elbow and hand onto the floor. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, push yourself up into a seated position and place yourself so that you're approximately 3 to 4 inches away from the bolster. 3 to 4 inches away from the bolster. Take your knees and bring your knees up to your chest and take your hands and hug your hands around your knees. Now, we're going to fall back onto that bolster. Once we fall back onto that bolster, we'll do our little backward bend through our thoracic spine. But we need to make sure that our lumbar spine doesn't go into a lot of extension, nor does our neck. So in this position, hug your knees and you're free falling, right? So just take a deep inhale and as you exhale, fall back onto your bolster. That's all there is to it. It's pretty basic. Now that you have yourself in that position, your knees are to your chest. One hand gently holds the knees. The other hand come behind your neck and take your hand and cradle your neck and let your head rest into your hand. Okay, so one hand holding the knees, the other hand holding the neck. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze at your knees. Now think about your chest. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, let your rib cage and your chest fall up and over that bolster. Now your knees are still to your chest, so your low back is a little bit protected. Your hand is cradling your head, so your neck is a little bit protected. Allow yourself in this position to just feel your chest opening. Imagine every single rib opening one after the other. Now take a deep inhale into your belly here. Chest opens up, and as you exhale, relax. One more time, deep inhale in and exhaling out. As you inhale, curl your head back up towards the knees. Take both hands around the knees. Nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, can you pull yourself back upright? A little bit of abdominal work there for you today. Now we're going to do the exact same thing the second time, but we're going to switch which hand is with the legs and which hand is with the knees. Or with the head. So allow yourself to hold your hands around your knees. Gaze down at your knees, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, free fall backwards. As you free fall backwards, the opposite hand this time, hold the knees. Take the opposite hand, hold and cradle the back of the neck. So however you need to, your knees are just gently to your chest, your neck, you're lengthening it, you're holding your head with your palm and you're gazing at your knees. All right, here we go. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, let that chest open up as your head gently falls backward, but keep your head protected. Now, as you're in this position, take that deep inhale into the belly and chest. Exhaling out. One more time. Can you do it? Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Inhale, gently bring the head back up. So a little bit of abdominals here. Wrap the hands around the knees. As you exhale, can you pull yourself back up into a seated position? You've got it, guys. Wonderful. Then gently take your bolster, move it off to the side of your body. Once it's off to the side of your yoga mat, come down onto your side, roll yourself onto your back. Get yourself in a nice, good, comfortable position here. Roll your shoulder blades underneath you. You've done some magnificent work for your rib cage, but let's just do a little bit to open up through our low back before we unclass. So lengthen your neck, settle your chin, take your right knee to your chest. Nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, pull that knee nice and tight into your chest. Take that left leg, slide it straight down onto that yoga mat. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Keep that left leg straight, that right knee to your chest, but just switch your hands to the underside of your knee. Snugging your knee nice and tight into your chest, taking the right toes and turning them up. Shoulder blades are back and down. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take an inhale and start to straighten your knee, but keep your knee to your chest. And then as you exhale, let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice deep inhale. Straightening the knee, knee to stays to chest. And then exhale, letting it go. And one final time, inhaling and lengthening. And exhaling and letting it go. Beautiful. Taking the hands around the top of the shin again. Slowly sliding the left leg up and then bringing the left knee to the chest. Hugging both knees to your chest right now. Hips, knees, ankles, all hip distance apart. So don't let your knees don't let your ankles cross. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, snug and pull those knees to your chest. One more time, nice deep inhale. Exhaling, knees to chest. Beautiful. Take both hands now to the left thigh. Relax the right foot down to the floor. Once you've got yourself there, slide the right leg down onto the mat. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, pull your left knee into your chest. Deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Then keeping the knee snug to the chest, taking the hands to the underside of that knee, taking the left toes and pointing them up. Shoulder blades are back and under you. Neck is long, chin is tucked. Take an inhale, gently straighten through the left knee. Knee stays to chest. Exhale, relax it down. 2 more times. Inhaling and straightening. Exhaling, relaxing it down. And final time, inhaling and straightening. And exhaling and relaxing it. Beautiful. Keep the left knee to the chest, but take the hands to the top side. Right leg, slide the right leg up and then bring the right knee to your chest. All right. Nice snug of those knees to your chest. Hip distance apart for the feet as well. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Now lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze at your knees. Take your knees slightly away from your chest. So the knees are still in front of the hips, but slightly away. drop your heels, take your toes, point them up to your head. Take your hands and gently place them on the front of your thighs. Gaze down and look at those knees. Start to gently push the hands into the thighs into the knees, and then begin to imagine that you're lifting your hands upwards towards the ceiling. As you do so, you're lifting the leg bones up and engaging through your core. Hold yourself right here. Feel that shaking of the lower half of your body, stabilizing your low back. Keep that neck long, that chin tucked in. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Now release the push. Allow yourself now to take the right hand to the left thigh, the left hand to the right thigh. Toes stay pointed up, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Gently push your hands into your thighs into your hands. Start to lift those fingertips upward. Feel that shaking through your core and your lower abdominal and pelvic floor. Take a deep inhale here. Exhaling out. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Now, take each hand to the underside of each knee. Take your toes, point them away from you. Allow yourself to lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze straight up to the ceiling this time. Gently push your head downward into the floor. Now, try to push your legs away from you as you pull your arms towards you and start to feel that contraction through the back side of your body, your low back, as you're firing the extensors. So you're pulling your hands up, you're pushing your legs down, but nothing's really happening. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Deep inhale in and exhaling out. Release the tension. Gently pull the knees back up a little bit, point the toes back up, drop the heels, lengthen the neck, settle the chin. One last time, guys. Gaze at your knees, hands onto the thighs. Start to push the hands into the thighs into the hands, but lift the leg bones towards the ceiling. Allow yourself to feel that shaking. Take a deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Releasing the push, bringing the knees up to the chest, rocking side to side to loosen up. Nice strengthening, guys. And then allow yourself to take your left leg, place the left foot on the floor, slide the left leg all the way down. Take the right foot on to the left thigh, left hand to the right knee, right hand out to the side of the body. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, start to gently twist to the left with the knee, to the right with the trunk. Keep the right shoulder blade on your yoga mat, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and then turn your gaze towards the right. Now take a deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Slowly rotating the head back to the center, slowly derotating that spine. And as you're derotating that spine, feel the rib cage, low back, pelvis meet, uncross the leg, slide the left leg up, slide the right leg down, place the left foot onto the right thigh, right hand to the left knee, left hand out to the side of the body. Allow yourself to take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, start to pull that knee to the to the right. Trunk goes to the left. Keep the left shoulder blade down, go into your full rotation, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze to the left. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. And one more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Slowly bringing your head back to the center, starting at that rib cage, derotating that spine, rib cage and low back and pelvis. Unrotate that hip, slide that right leg up. One last time, guys, bring those knees to your chest. Give it just a nice, good hug. Deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, squeeze it nice and in, really stretch out through those hips, glutes, low back. And then gently place your feet down onto the floor. Gently slide the legs down to the corner of your mat. Once you feel like you're in a nice, good, comfortable position there, get those shoulder blades a little bit more underneath you today. Man, you did some good job, a good job on your rib cage and your thoracic spine. So make it count at the end today. Gently let your arms come out to the side. Palms are lifted. Lengthen your neck. Settle your chin. Rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Close those eyes. Maybe just put a nice, good smile on your face. Take just a few moments to keep your body still. And imagine as you go through your day today, do you feel taller? How good did you do at getting rid of that worsening of that kyphosis, that middle back arching that's occurring with aging, with postures, with forward activities? How good of a job did you do at letting go of tension and pain in your neck and your low back? Be proud of yourself for committing to pushing yourself to work in that rib cage and that thoracic spine. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and do some circles with your wrists and your ankles. And then when you feel like you're ready, one leg at a time, slide that leg up, followed by the other, and then gently roll yourself over to your left or your right side. Once you're resting on your side, allow yourself a breath or two here, just to let go. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, bottom elbow, top hand, push yourself up into a seated position. Finding yourself in easy pose, tailor sitting, legs gently crossed, hands to heart, smiles on our faces. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.